Alright, today is another home and reno series, but something weird. Today I'm not at my home, I'm outside because I'm going to go to the HeyMax Insider Party, and right now I'm in One North Fusion Police, right? It's my second time at this place. Last time I've been here was 2 years ago at HeyMax Pole office. So this time we are going to visit the brand new office. We'll chat with some of the team members down there. Yeah, and they just launched the chocolate Visa card kind of thing, just to get to know some tips and show some of their new office tour. Yeah, I think no one does this kind of office tour before, right? Corporate office. So yeah, something new. Let's try this new way of vlogging. Let's go. So for those of you who are new to One North Fusion Police, you see they have a street soccer court. They have a hawker center, I guess. And then there's a basketball court. Quite cool, This place is for all the new launch startups do their stuff. There's even like event halls, like beautifully decorated. I'm sure you can hold some events here for your corporate meetings and events. Yeah, so this is how Fusion Police looks like. Let's head on to HeyMax office. By the way, just in case I forgot to say this, do remember to join my 19,000 over members Telegram group to get your best credit card deals and offers and rewards, get some max miles along the way. So join us at Honey Money SG. You see, this is how the Fusion Police office looks like. Look like some very nice school camp, right? Like a school campus, like that. Even got a foosball table, vending machine, recycling bins, still have tables and chairs. Okay, right now need to take this lift and go to HeyMax third floor. Okay, so this is official HeyMax AI office. They have two offices. Right here is the staff and employees workspaces. And over here, they have the meeting rooms and event space. Which I will take a look later. Okay, let's go in and take a look. Right here, the entrance, very good. Fire safety, fire extinguisher. And it's a very basic looking office, which is fine. Because right now it's a tech startup, we probably need to save more money on renovation. So I'm trying hard not to disturb anyone at work and not to show any private and confidential material. But all of them have very nice desks, Like I show you, see, they have like this nice IKEA looking desk, and some of them have like ergonomic chairs and all that stuff. So it's a very minimalistic office which I like. I don't need all this very fancy, looking office that most of the money goes to office expense and renovation. And actually the truth is, most of them I have not seen them because last time I've been here it was 2 years ago. So I only meet like a few of them. And yeah, hope they don't mind me like chattering in the office. But I guess it's Friday. And just to give you a sense of how big the space is, looks like that. And then here is like their resting corner, their chill area, sofa area, and the world map. Probably like how many countries they have traveled to. I think something different is that if you look at the ceiling, there are like sound absorbing mats, or I don't know what the stuff are. Okay, let's go to the next room. Okay, I don't want to disturb them at work. Alright, look who we have here, CEO of HeyMax, Joe Lu. Okay, so I will show you around the office, but maybe give us a little intro of what HeyMax does and why is it important that people should know about HeyMax.
Yeah, so HeyMax is a consumer-centric loyalty platform, and we give you travel rewards. So from everyday spend, whether it's from supermarket, online spend, travel expenses, all can give you, or now even with the chocolate card, give you on the card swipe, all give you the same multi-purpose loyalty currency that mainly targeted for travel. So the travel currency called Max Miles is universal, transferable to 26 airlines or hotels, and mostly 1-to-1 transfer ratio, or you can redeem for any flights through our Travel Flight Anywhere program, which is the most popular redemption option. So yeah, so earn from everywhere and use it for maximizing your travel, because we believe it's very important. We believe that travel brings the world more empathy and joy, so that we want to encourage people to have more means to travel and travel to spend less.
Alright, so maybe some of you have this question, why am I here today at HeyMax office? By the way, this video is not sponsored nor paid by HeyMax AI. I'm here for their insider party, but maybe I'll let Joe fill up. What does this insider party goes about and what are we having today?
Yeah, so this is a very old tradition that we had, like dated back to maybe April or May of 2023 that we just started a few months in. We thought that, hey, we really want to meet with our Maxers, right? The people who've been using initially was the Max Reward Search, where people find out about MCC. I think people are very active on Telegram. So we thought, hey, let's throw a pizza party, very very grassroots, very low budget. Sorry, for people who really expected a fancy party, they come in, see like just a few pizzas, beers, drinks, and just a few founders and employees of HeyMax that hang out with them and just figure out like what else can we do? Like hear about the feedback. Because we really believe in being in front of people and being honest, transparent, and I can direct to hear the feedback, right? Whenever we do bad things, so now things are not doing great, people give us critical feedback. We're like, yeah, that sounds, we're going to improve. All things are, the people had ideas. We also hear it directly from customers themselves.
Very well. So we'll see you and I'll show more footage of what is going to drop later. Have you guys ever seen a gym setup in a tech office? Look at what is this. How ridiculous this is. It's a full bench press station with full weights. That's your home gym? So
that was my home gym. So now this is the office gym.
Okay, pretty cool.
We even have a leaderboard here that shows you how we are competing with each other on the 3 big lifts: squat, bench, deadlift, and also 5K run, pull up, plank.
This is something amusing to me because all these big like tech firms, they have in-house gyms, right? Fully equipped like hotel standard. And then we have HeyMax with this bench press station. But none of those big tech firms have a leaderboard, right? So I think this trains us to be competitive, whether at work or at personal health, which is pretty important. Yeah. So there's something cool that, if you're looking at this from a corporate perspective, you may want to take a look at it. All right, moving on. They have this meeting bench, a 55-inch TV, I guess. And then they have a very large webcam. Okay, I've never seen such a large webcam. I don't even know if that's a webcam, right? So yeah, and then they have this blue screen over here and a silent pod where people can work in isolation. And I just realized that they have a huge air conditioning unit. Like, how many BTU is this? Like for my house, the biggest BTU is like 24,000. This is probably like 36 or something. So yes, for those of you who are into HeyMax Insider Party, this is where you will gather, eat your pizzas, have some fun, hang around with the HeyMax folks, Hey Joe, how much do these pods cost? Those silent pods, telephone booths.
Yeah, so they typically cost quite a lot, but these are all sourced either from Carousel. I think when you buy a new, I think phone booths like this will cost you easily 5,000 Sing.
Okay.
Carousel, then it's around 1,000 Sing. But you have to be very lucky and be very alert on these things being available.
But what about the logistics? How are you? The transport costs and all that.
Yeah, then it depends on whether you're getting personal sellers or like sometimes people who are reselling office furnitures and they have installers and they will quote you the price with everything installed and transported, which for some of these phone booths I definitely recommend because these are very expensive.
Yeah.
I'll give you a tour of these 3 ones. This is a personal phone booth that we got from reseller secondhand. Very fancy, super heavy, cannot be carried by 4 people. It's probably like a 6 people job carrying this. This one, although, is coming from Taobao. There's a lot of people who know Taobao can notice this is one of the most high volume providers in Taobao. This whole setup is also about 1,000 Sing.
Wow.
And shipping included. But you gotta put up all the panels yourself.
Yeah.
Which size was able to do. Actually, it's a 2 people job. But 1 person can sometimes do. I tried once. And that one is even, I think that one is probably like a 2-3 people pod. Oh, that will be like 10,000 if it's new.
10,000 people.
Probably
new, take a look at 10,000 pod.
Also from Carousel, right? All installation included. Yeah, so definitely I cannot afford. Yeah, so we did everything DIY. So like including everything you see here pretty much come from Carousel. I heard a very interesting good saying from a founder friend of mine. He was asking one day, is like, hey, look around my office. I was like, the office is pretty normal, a bunch of furniture. So they're pretty big, much later stage, bigger company now. Is that this is like the combination of all the startup that died around. So they're like taking just second hand.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
startup. So we keep a lookout whenever we need stuff. I keep a lookout on Carousel to see like how can we get things for cheap. Like this table, super solid table, it's like less than 100 each. This chair, like dozens of dollars. I forgot exactly how much, but the whole setup is pretty much all Carousel. Oh, and even before when you were here last a year and a half ago, remember? Then everything is coming from founders' own home.
Yeah, you see, that's how they give you the max miles, right?
Yes.
They save on their office expenses and rental expenses, and that's how they can sustain the cash flow to give you guys the best max miles. Okay, this is not a paid advertisement.
Fridge is free from we just pay for the shipping.
This looks totally beat down.
Oh, fridge, almost 2 years, still works.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And I see you guys have a coffee machine.
Yes. Oh, that thing is new. That thing is Amazon Prime Day sale. So we support our partner by buying on the Amazon Prime Day with Amazon gift card, of course, and Amazon affiliate links. So yeah, you earn a lot of max miles buying a coffee machine. So that was a good deal.
Yeah, that's how you want to spend and then, get more max miles. Maybe I'll just run through what you guys have on your racks. Whey protein, peanut butter, instant noodle, all that stuff. Okay, pretty much like your own home bedroom, because usually when I go to corporate office, everything is very prim and proper. Like people do not want a mess, and then they hire like cleaning services to do all that stuff. I guess HeyMax does everything DIY, which is good. Cost savings transferred to consumers.
Yeah, so I think this is pretty much an example of our company value. Actually, we intend to do it for the long run, right? So we, in our company value, we put customer value first. So whenever we make the decision to say like, hey, having a fancy office, how does it help with customer value? It doesn't, right? The money we save can be given back to higher max miles earning rate given to customer, give us more cash as a reserve to be able to issue more max miles, and we will do that. We always prioritize that way. So that's why it's a bit sketchy at the office, right? Everything's used secondhand, but it's a lived value. We have to live it.
Yeah, I guess when I was doing finance content, it's also the same. It's about the mindset, right? Because if you look at my home renovation, is not like super luxurious for a finance creator, but the truth is like I apply this mindset throughout my life, and money gets saved and put into better users, and for HeyMax cases is to consumer users. So I guess that's how you could value a company. And for those of you companies who are looking at this office tour, if you want me at your office doing this kind of office tour vlogs, then be sure to hit me up. So I just left the HeyMax event, so it was quite some fun. I think there are some very exciting updates I have for HeyMax coming up until they officially release. And yes, I think earning a HeyMax miles is just going to be much easier, and even using them and utilizing your max miles. So if you haven't had a HeyMax account yet, be sure to use my link, get some free max miles upgrade when you use the exclusive affiliate link. And this will not be the last office tour, because I'm going to hop on to some of my other partner merchants' offices if they allow me to film. And I'm just going to see that how things work out from there. So hopefully this series have continued viewership. Please support and like if you have any comments, suggestions, improvements that I could do. Yeah. And if your office is open for office tour, please contact me as well. So see you guys in the next office tour. And meanwhile, if you want to look at my home tour before the renovation and all that stuff, then you can refer to this video right here.